Hello, everyone. Welcome back to today's story. In this episode, after the heartbreak of being scammed in his previous deal, Alex finally turns the tide. The orchard that once brought him pain now becomes the key to his redemption. With determination burning in his chest, he takes a risk on one last shipment, a deal worth $10,000 that could either save everything he's built or bury it for good. But as the trucks roll out and success finally arrives, a shadow from the past begins to stir again. Someone hasn't forgiven, and someone hasn't forgotten. Stay until the end, because this episode isn't just about business recovery. It's about rebuilding trust, healing from betrayal. And don't forget to subscribe to help us reach 500 subscribers. Your support means the world to us. Morning dew still clings to the leaves when Alex steps into the pomelo orchard, his boots sinking slightly into the moist soil. The air smells of citrus and sun-warmed leaves, that familiar fragrance that has carried both his dreams and his despair. This season, the fruits gleam round and golden, each one like a promise waiting to be fulfilled. For weeks, Alex hasn't slept properly, haunted by memories of that last failed deal, of betrayal, of the nights he stood here wondering if his business would ever recover. But today feels different. There's purpose in the way he walks, determination in every step. He adjusts his shirt collar, wipes the sweat gathering on his temple, and glances toward the road that cuts through the grove. Adam should be here by now, he mutters under his breath. His team moves quickly around him, stacking crates, tightening ropes, and checking fruit for quality one last time. The number $10,000 keeps echoing in his head. The value of the new shipment, the deal that could either rebuild his reputation or destroy it again. A light wind rustles the branches, carrying the faint sound of a motor from the distance. Alex's heart jumps. He straightens his back, brushing dirt from his hands, just as a silver pickup rolls into view. Adam steps out, sunglasses reflecting the orchard's golden glow. He's cheerful as always, a smile already spreading across his face. "You've outdone yourself this time, Alex," he says, plucking a pomelo from the top crate. He cuts into it with his pocket knife, the thick rind falling away to reveal gleaming segments. A taste, then a satisfied nod. Sweet. Exactly what my buyers want. Alex exhales slowly, the tightness in his chest loosening just a bit. "I told you," he replies, voice steadier now. "We improved irrigation, trimmed earlier this year, and let them ripen longer on the tree. Smart move." Adam gestures at the field. "You've turned this orchard into a real operation. Not bad for someone who almost quit last year." Alex forces a small smile. "Yeah, well, quitting wasn't an option." They walk side by side through the rows, inspecting the fruits as workers haul crates onto the loading truck. The rhythmic thud of fruit meeting wood sounds like a heartbeat, steady, alive. When they reach the far end of the grove, Alex stops and looks at Adam, hesitation flickering in his eyes. "Listen," he begins carefully. "About the payment. Can we do full transfer this time, 100% upfront, and maybe 50% in advance for the next shipment too? I need stability." For a moment, Adam says nothing. He studies Alex, the man who once nearly lost everything, now standing straighter, but still carrying the scars of that fall. Finally, he nods. "You've earned it. I trust you, Alex. Alex freezes, unsure if he heard right. Then a buzz. His phone vibrates violently in his hand. One notification, then another, then another. He glances down and sees the transfer confirmation. His eyes widen. The sum stares back at him. $10,000. For a second, he can't speak. His knees almost buckle. The orchard spins around him. The leaves, the crates, the golden fruits, all blurring together as emotion rises like a tide. He laughs softly, voice cracking, and covers his face. Adam chuckles. "Hey, don't cry, man. You've earned it." But Alex doesn't answer. He just looks at the sunlight filtering through the trees, the same sunlight that once felt like mockery, now wrapping him in warmth. He murmurs, almost to himself, Finally, it's real again." Workers nearby cheer when they hear the news. Some clap, others shout congratulations. Alex wipes his eyes and laughs with them, voice shaking but full of life. The orchard feels alive again, not just with the hum of work, but with hope. By afternoon, the last crates are loaded, and Adam's truck begins to roll away down the red dirt road, leaving behind a trail of dust glowing in the sunset. Alex stands there long after the sound of the engine fades. His palms still tremble. The orchard looks emptier now, yet somehow lighter. He turns back toward his small farmhouse. The sound of chickens, distant laughter, and the rustle of the bamboo fence greet him like old friends. He picks a stray pomelo leaf from his shoulder, staring at it for a long moment. "We made it through," he whispers. But beneath that triumph hides another thought, one that refuses to let go. Who was behind the betrayal that almost destroyed him before? The name of Mai still lingers in his mind, as does Lan's suspicious silence. He knows he'll need to find out eventually, but not tonight. Tonight belongs to peace. He walks down the dirt path toward home. Dusk colors the sky in fading pink and gold, painting the orchard in quiet serenity. When he reaches the gate, the sight waiting on the other side stops him cold. Tuna stands in the yard, holding little Henry on her hip. The boy is giggling at a chicken pecking near his feet, while Tuna's laughter rings like wind chimes in the air. She looks up just as Alex steps in, her eyes softening instantly. "You're home early," she says, brushing a strand of hair from her cheek. Alex smiles, really smiles this time. "The deal's done," he says simply. $10,000. It's over. Tuna blinks in surprise, then breaks into the warmest grin he's seen in months. "You did it," she whispers. "You really did it." He crosses the yard, scooping Henry into his arms. The little boy giggles, tugging at Alex's shirt collar. "Uncle, up." Up we go. Alex lifts him high, the child's laughter echoing under the evening sky. He kisses Henry's cheek, eyes stinging again, but this time with joy. "When you grow up, I'll take you to school myself," he murmurs. Tuna stands quietly beside them, watching. Her gaze softens as she whispers, "You look younger today. Maybe because I finally stopped worrying about losing everything." They share a quiet smile. The air smells of dry grass and fresh dinner, fried fish and steamed rice. Nearby, the pigs grunt lazily in their pen, the world returning to its simple, comforting rhythm. Alex watches Tuna move toward the small kitchen hut, her shadow stretching long against the fading sunlight. He follows her with his eyes, heart full. Everything that once seemed out of reach, the trust, the home, the peace, now sits right here in front of him. As darkness settles over the orchard, Alex places Henry down on the grass and watches him chase fireflies. He closes his eyes, listening to the night, the chirping of crickets, the rustle of leaves, the faint hum of life that never really left this place. For the first time in so long, he feels like the weight has finally lifted. But deep down, a part of him still whispers, the past isn't gone yet. Someone still needs to answer for what they did. The next morning, a pale golden light creeps over the orchard, brushing the pomelo leaves with dew. Birds chatter on the bamboo fence, and the gentle mist clings to the grass like silk. Alex wakes early, though for once, not out of anxiety. He sits on the porch, barefoot, sipping tea from a chipped porcelain cup. The quiet hum of the countryside feels different now, calmer, as if even nature knows the storm has passed. Inside, Tuna is humming while preparing breakfast. The soft rhythm of her knife hitting the cutting board blends with the sizzling sound of eggs frying. Henry's laughter echoes from the yard, his small hands reaching for the chicks that wander too close. It's a simple morning, yet to Alex, it feels richer than gold. He scrolls through his phone, double-checking the transaction again. $10,000, successfully transferred. The number feels surreal, like a promise finally fulfilled. He takes a deep breath, whispering to himself, "We're back in business." Just then, Tuna steps out, a bowl of steaming porridge in her hands. "Eat before it gets cold," she says gently, placing it in front of him. Alex looks up at her and smiles. "You always know how to make a man feel human again." She chuckles. "That's because you work like a machine most days." They share a small laugh, the kind that comes easily between two people who've been through too much together. For a moment, Alex just watches her move around the yard, the sunlight catching in her hair, her quiet strength radiating without words. But peace never lasts long in his world. His phone buzzes again. This time, a message from Hung, his loyal foreman. "Boss, I heard something strange about the old shipment. Someone's been spreading rumors in the local market again. They said your pomelos were mixed with cheap imports last time." Alex's hand tightens around the phone. The old wound reopens instantly. He thought the lies and sabotage had ended, but it seems the shadow from before hasn't fully disappeared. Tuna notices the change in his expression. "What's wrong?" He exhales slowly. "Rumors again. Someone's trying to stain our name." Her brow furrows. "It could be the same person who set you up before. Maybe the one you still haven't found." He nods. "I thought so too. Maybe it's time I find out for sure." After breakfast, Alex drives to the small warehouse by the main road. Trucks come and go. Workers move in a steady rhythm, and crates are stacked neatly in rows. Hung meets him near the loading dock, wiping sweat from his brow. "Boss, I asked around," Hung begins, lowering his voice. "People said the rumor came from someone in town, someone who used to work for Mai." Alex's jaw tightens. The name alone makes the air feel heavier. "Mai," he mutters. She still can't let it go. Hung hesitates. Should we confront her? "Not yet," Alex replies. "Let's confirm everything first." I want proof this time. They spend the rest of the morning reviewing supplier lists, invoices, and delivery logs. Alex studies every signature, every date. He's learned from his past mistake. Trust must come with verification now. He can no longer afford blind faith. By noon, the sun stands high, scorching the tin roof. Alex steps outside, wiping sweat from his neck, and spots an unfamiliar car parking near the warehouse. A man steps out, tall, clean-cut, holding a folder. "Mr. Alex," the man calls out. "I'm from the Agricultural Trade Board. We received notice about your new export license. Congratulations, it's been approved." Alex blinks in surprise. "Really?" The man nods, handing him the document. "You've met all the standards, and your fruit quality report came back excellent. Starting next month, you can sell directly to foreign distributors under your brand name." For a second, Alex doesn't even know what to say. He just stares at the paper, feeling his throat tighten. After months of setbacks, betrayal, and sleepless nights, the recognition finally comes. His brand, his name, is now officially registered for export. When the official leaves, Hung claps him on the back. "Boss, this is it. You're not just recovering, you're winning." Alex laughs, shaking his head. One step at a time. But yeah, maybe we really are. That evening, he drives home as the sky turns amber. From a distance, he can already see the glow of the small house and smell the stew Tuna's been cooking. Henry runs barefoot toward him the moment he parks, shouting, "Uncle! Uncle's home!" Alex lifts him high into the air, laughing. "Henry, guess what? Uncle's company got approved to sell abroad." The boy doesn't understand the words, but he claps anyway, his laughter contagious. Tuna steps out of the kitchen, wiping her hands on her apron. "Foreign export? That's amazing, Alex." He nods, grinning wide. "We did it, Tuna. Our fruit will soon be shipped overseas, legally, proudly, and under our name." Her eyes glisten. "You deserve it. After everything, you truly earned this." They sit down to dinner together under the veranda. Fireflies dance over the grass, and the moonlight falls softly across the wooden table. Tuna ladles soup into his bowl, her movements calm and graceful. "You should celebrate," she says. "I don't need champagne," he replies. "This meal is celebration enough." As they eat, Alex tells her about the morning, the official visit, the license, the renewed trust from Adam. But in between the joy, his voice drops. "Still, I can't ignore the rumors. I know Mai is behind something again, maybe even Lan." Tuna looks serious. "What will you do?" "I'll let them think I don't know anything for now, but I'll gather proof quietly. The next deal will be big. If they try to interfere again, I'll make sure it backfires on them." The wind rustles through the trees, carrying the faint scent of blooming jasmine. Alex stares into the distance, his expression calm but resolute. For the first time in a long while, he's not just reacting, he's planning ahead. After dinner, Tuna brings out a small clay pot filled with dried pomelo peels. "I kept these from last season," she says. "We'll boil them tonight. It helps the body recover after stress." He chuckles softly. "You think of everything." She looks at him, her tone gentle yet firm. "Because you give everything, you need to take care of yourself too." Under the quiet night sky, they sit side by the small fire pit. The scent of pomelo peel tea mingles with the smoke, wrapping the air in sweetness. Henry falls asleep in Tuna's lap, and Alex leans back, gazing at the stars. "This orchard, it nearly destroyed me once," he says quietly. "But maybe it's also what saved me." Tuna glances at him. "You never gave up, Alex. That's what saved you." He smiles faintly. "Maybe, but having you here helped too." She blushes, turning away. "Don't say things like that." He laughs softly. "I mean it." Silence falls again. Peaceful, warm, alive. The cicadas hum. The moon rises higher, and the orchard beyond the gate glows faintly under the silver light.